So today's message is nothing is too small, and you'd be surprised what you have in common with people that can open the door to something else. So I was at a cigar shop after a show I just had, chilling, solo dolo, smoking a cigar. And these people walk up and they say, "Hey, can we sit here?" And we start talking, or I'm more or less listening to them because I ask great questions. And I just did a 20-minute set. I don't really feel like talking anymore, so I don't mind hearing other people talk. And we start talking about travel and common stuff. And they mentioned that their next trip is they're gonna go to Europe and go to like wine testing in Europe. And I was like, that's pretty dope. They're like, yeah, our wine club has wine events in Europe. I think they said Italy. I was like, that's dope. And I was like, is that your favorite winery? They said, no, our favorite winery is in Murphy's. And I was like, word? They're like, yeah, it's kind of small. Are you familiar? And I was like, yeah, I've done shows there. So I would think that while I'm chilling there by myself, just chilling, flossing, posted, smoking a cigar, I would think people that's like, where are you from? Why are you here? Or just what'd you do tonight? But no, we're just having a random conversation. And most people aren't that interested in what you're doing unless they find like something common, right? So when I say, oh yeah, I've been at Murphy's before, I've done shows there. They said, shows? What do you do? Are you a rapper? Are you a singer? Are you a magician? Do you juggle? Do you change tires while cars on fire? 500 guesses. And I was like, stop, I'm a comedian. You're a comedian? Really? Tell us more. We didn't know there were shows in Murphy's. And I was like, yeah, all the time. And then they just started asking me questions about myself and my craft for like 20, 25 minutes, which was really dope because I never thought that performing in that smaller city would bring like interest to me, because sometimes you think if you have a craft or if you have a job, whatever you do, you think that what you have in common with people in major cities would bring more interest, right? Or make people more interested in you. But sometimes it's like this, a lot of times it's the smaller things you have in common with people that opens the door up to like wider conversation, right? We have conversations about pretty much things that are really like, I guess, we'll say common because they help conversations flow, whether it's like, have you been to Cancun? Have you been to a Niners game? Did you drink cheap alcohol when you were 21? What was your first time in Vegas like? You been to a Giants game? Isn't it so hot outside this summer? Like, those common things, but they don't like open up doors. They don't segue into like deeper conversations about what someone's doing, right? But it's like the small things you probably don't want to tell someone, or not that don't want to tell them, but that you may think are minor to you. That's like the bridge to opening something up, right? Like if you talk to somebody and you be like, yo, that jacket is dope. Where did you get that at? It's like, oh, I got it at Ross. You shop at Ross? Yeah, I shop at Ross. I used to shop at Ross, but now I shop at JJ's Denim. You know about JJ's Denim? Yeah. Well, I remember Aunt Sally opened that place and then she died because she got hit by a train. Then she passed it down to Dominic. Yeah, I know Dominic. Oh my God. I was this picnic with Dominic. Wait, the picnic in 2025 when the kid got bit by that wild rock? Yeah, I was there. Oh my God, I was there too. And this is all because of a jacket. I just made that up. But it's like, I don't want to tell anyone that I got this jacket at Ross, or I don't want to tell anyone I shop at JJ's Denim, like whatever. I made these things up. But the things that you may think are like small to yourself, or that don't register on the Richter scale, if you will, those end up being the things that end up connecting you to other people. So I guess like the moral of the story or the message is, share it all. Nothing is too small. If you put effort into something, always be excited about it. I don't ever feel like anything I do is small. However, just objectively, some cities are major and some cities are minor. But you would think that when you perform a craft, you would think like the flex would be this major city that you performed in, but sometimes it's just the small city, and it's like, are you over at Murphy's Hideaway? Yeah, I used to go there. Oh, we did 2 shows there. Oh my God, I know so and so. Yeah, we know so and so too. He's from Livermore. Like, and I got 2 fans out of it. They said they come to a show. They follow me now. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. Cool. But I know what city they live in, and if I get a flyer for a city that if I perform anywhere near their city, I'll shoot it out to them. So I think that was a really good, was a really solid interaction. I'm very happy about it. So I guess the moral of the story is nothing's too small. Share your art. People want to experience it. Bless up.